BourbonBelong.com has been invited to a very unique opportunity today with Blanton's Bourbon. We're here with John Shutt, Director of International Sales with Blanton's Bourbon. Thanks for inviting us in here, John.
Absolutely. It's always a great time to have our friends and fans come in.
Hardly anyone in the U.S. has had the chance to taste the complete collection of Blanton's Bourbon on camera in warehouse age, and we're about to do that with a unique tour for you.
Yeah, and I think you're going to be really surprised what we have lined up for you.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
All right.
So this is warehouse age. What makes warehouse age so special?
You know, warehouse age is not just special, it's magical. It's such a consistent warehouse.
Right.
It produces great barrels one after the other. It acts like an oven. So you're getting a hotter warehouse, and your whiskey is actually cycling through the wood more often. It's why Blanton's typically focuses on taste, not year, because at a certain temperature, your whiskey actually lies dormant and doesn't interact with the barrel. So therefore, that's why we focus on taste. Every bottle of Blanton's, and you'll see that right on the bottle itself, warehouse age. Every bottle of Blanton's comes from here. Every barrel is hand selected, taste panel tasted, hand bottled, hand waxed. Everything about this process is about quality and taste.
John, I'm familiar with Blanton's, but I haven't seen some of these before.
Yeah, unfamiliar to some people, Blanton's actually has 4 different labels that we sell throughout international markets and also through duty-free and cruise ship lines as well. The first thing I want to talk about today is actually our Special Reserve, which is bottled at 80 proof. It's our lowest proof single barrel bourbon that we have. And it's funny, this actually was created for countries with extremely high tariffs, taxes on alcohol. And getting this into countries at 80 proof really helped people out with lower taxes. So this one's actually more floral on the nose and fruitier with more of the ingredient flavors. You're going to pull a lot of citrus out of this bourbon. So it makes a great cocktail, like an old-fashioned, fantastic cocktail.
So this is the Special Reserve 80 proof. I think what you said was right. I get a lot of citrus on this. I get some tropical fruit, little hint of vanilla, but for a single barrel at 80 proof, this has a lot going on.
Yeah. We really agree with that too. That it really and truly, this 80 proof, it is lighter, it's younger, but it's really made for someone who's really wanting to explore what single barrel bourbon is all about. I think this is a great introduction to that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And this is the one that we see here.
And this is our original label. It's bottled at 93 proof, which most people are familiar with. You can get it at your local liquor store, hopefully. It's also available in international markets as well. And this is the single barrel bourbon that started the super premium category.
I've always loved this one. Great amount of spice there, especially at the finish. I'm getting some baking spices there towards the end. Great amount of barrel, just really clean, smooth, delicious.
This one is really on the cusp. You're getting the sweetness,
yeah.
You're getting the vanillas, and you're starting to be introduced to the oak and to those heavier flavors. But it's not overwhelmed. It's not full of these tobacco and
right.
Oak, and it's very well balanced.
We've always said that Blanton's is just a really true bourbon flavor. It's just what a real bourbon should taste like. Is that right?
That's what we think, anyway. We're very proud of our original. With the story behind the label, with the history that we've had, with creating the first super premium bourbon. We're very proud of this bourbon.
So, John, this being the original, why was this created?
Right, great question. In 1984, single malt Scotch was really popular. Throughout the country, throughout the rest of the world. And Elmer T. Lee, the master distiller at the time here at the distillery, was asked to create a super premium bourbon. And Elmer T. Lee, who's a legend in his own right, thought back to another legend, Colonel Blanton. He was actually the president at the time that Lee was growing up working in the distillery. He remembered that Blanton would bottle 1 barrel at a time. And Colonel Blanton always thought that he knew the perfect location right here in warehouse age that a barrel would age. So he would have his staff members actually go pull a barrel from the exact location that he requested and he would bottle that before, obviously taste it before he bottled it for VIPs, dignitaries, ambassadors.
So Elmer T. Lee actually brought Blanton's back. This was a bourbon that Colonel Blanton invented himself. This was just for his personal friends.
Absolutely, and that's what's so great about it. It's available for the common guy. It's available for me, it's available for you, or just someone who really wants to really taste a piece of history. It was made by a man with a vision who wanted to really create something that was just visionary, and it's still bottled the same way today, and it's such a great bourbon.
Well, that's a great story. How did this one actually come into being?
Sure. The next label that was created after the original 93 proof was actually our Gold Edition, which is bottled at 103 proof. And this bourbon was really pushed to the limits, and no other bourbon had really gone to the complexity level that this bourbon had gone when it was created. You're going to get into more cognac quality, some heavier flavors, and just the smoothness that's just unparalleled. It's a fantastic bourbon. And it's an older bourbon, so you're going to get heavier flavors like your honey, your leather, your tobacco, and some oak as well. But it's bottled at 103 proof, and it's really great.
The Gold Edition, which was the second in the collection.
That's right.
And this is 103 proof.
That's right.
And my proof is really stepping up a notch. I get some apple, I get some honey, I get some cinnamon. It's really delicious and very, once again, just very smooth and really bourbon-like. But the cognac flavor is there in some ways.
Sure. The red fruits really shine through this bourbon. You said apple, and that's right. You hit it on the head. But again, this bourbon is also on the finish. You go from red fruit, and you start to get into your tobacco, again, your heavier flavors, right. your honey, tobacco, and even into some oak and even some almond. So it really transitions from this sweet into this darker, kind of heavier kind of bourbon, with fudge even and chocolate as well.
I'm not even sure if I would have known this would have been 103 proof. How did you handle it? It's just so smooth. Right. I'm not getting the proof in a really strong way.
Tom, I think that's really what separates Blanton's from the rest of the bourbons. And keep in mind, I'm a bourbon fan, but Blanton's is just so well balanced. It doesn't really, it doesn't matter what proof it is. The bourbon seems to always be, as smooth as silk, and it just comes out with a great finish, and the nose is powerful, and it complements what a bourbon is really all about.
Well, this one takes it to a whole new level, and I'm seeing here, John, 131.9 proof. This is straight from the barrel.
This is straight from the barrel.
It's called straight from the barrel.
That's the name of it.
That's the name.
Yeah, it's straight from the barrel. It's uncut. It's unfiltered, and it's bottled straight from the barrel. Hence the name. And it's this was actually developed for the French market. They actually requested a cask strength bourbon, but they really enjoyed the Blanton's flavor profile, but they wanted a cask strength bourbon. So we developed this in 2002 for the French market, and it just really took off. The complexity of this bourbon is unmatched, in my opinion, by any bourbon on the market. It really is. Its finish, I describe it as legendary. It continues to invite you back for a second drink, a third drink, a fourth drink. I mean, it's very, very inviting.
And here we are in warehouse age, right where the barrels are, where the bourbon is aged, and we're going to taste it straight from the barrel. No water's been added, completely barrel proof. 131.9. Oh, that's a big, robust nose there, though. I like this. Sure. Well, I can definitely tell there's more proof, but there's still that smoothness. There's still that flavor that's coming through in a huge way.
You're right. And, I really use three words to sum this bourbon up. It's uncut, it's unfiltered, it's unbelievable. Most people, when they see that proof, they cannot believe how smooth this bourbon is. To be bottled at 65% alcohol and to be able to focus on flavor instead of how aggressive it is, it's very rare.
And I'm still getting it as I'm sipping it. That finish stays with you, but it's just that one delicious flavor that comes at you and stays, but it doesn't just burn you or kill you.
Absolutely. No, that's exactly right, Tom.
So, John, after tasting your whole collection, I really enjoy it. Where can I find these?
Well, right now, like I said, we're available in 35 different countries. We're throughout the Caribbean, cruise lines. We do great business with them. Certain duty-free shops as well. Of course, you can get the original 93 proof, of course, worldwide. You know, at this time, we're not available in the United States for all the SKUs. Keep in mind that our original 93 proof, which started all, the super premiums, is still available for you. How come I can't get the gold or the straight from the barrel? It's a question that we get a lot, and I hate to answer it saying, I'm sorry you can't get it. But there is such a growing demand for unique niche products, cask strength bourbons, that I think in the future, I think it is a real possibility for the other labels of Blanton's to be introduced into the market.
Well, John, thank you so much for your time today.
No problem. Had a great time.
It was wonderful, and for the rare opportunity to taste the complete collection of Blanton's in warehouse age and to give them a taste of it too. This is where it all comes from, right here in warehouse age.